For 30 years, the US government copied and read millions of messages, not just from Americans, from everywhere, anywhere in the world, whose message happened to pass through the American wires. No warrant, no court order, no one knew. This is not a conspiracy theory. This actually happened. Now, before you picture emails or text messages, you need to picture something nobody, probably under 50, has ever used. A telegram. If you needed to reach someone fast across the country or across the world, before phones were common, before the internet existed at all, you sent a telegram. An operator turned your words into electrical pulses and sent them down a wire. And at the other end, someone else typed them out and hand delivered them. It was the fastest way humanity ever had to talk to one another over distance. And it was so ordinary, so unremarkable, that Winston Churchill, in the middle of running a country at war, used to throw his telegrams in the bin without even reading them. He said, if it's important, they will send another one. That's how normal, that's how everyday this was, which is exactly what I'm about to tell you is so hard to sit with. Before I get into it, if stories like this and the real facts from the past and what's actually going on in the day-to-day appeal to you, if you want more of that sort of stuff, then do hit the subscribe button. This channel exists to dig up what should never have stayed buried and to keep you informed. To be fair to the people who actually built this, it did not start as some sinister plot to spy on ordinary people. It started in 1945 at the end of the Second World War, when the US Army wanted to keep watching foreign communications for genuine national security threats. In a world that had just lived through war, fought partly with codes and intercepted messages. The men who set this up believed sincerely that they were protecting their country. That matters because it shows how something built with a genuine, defensible reason can quietly grow into something nobody would ever have agreed. So nobody would ever have agreed to if you had asked them up front. Because here is what it actually became. Western Union, RCA, ITT, three of the biggest telegram companies in the country agreed quietly to hand over copies of international telegrams every single day to the National Security Agency and the agency before it. Not some of them, nearly all of them. At its peak, around 150,000 messages a month were being read by government analysts. And it was not just for foreign communications anymore. Over the 30 years that it ran, the private messages of roughly 75,000 American citizens ended up indexed in secret government files. People who had never been charged with anything, never suspected of anything, just swept in because their message happened to touch an American wire. It had a name, Project Shamrock. Sit with that a second. 6 different presidents held office while this ran. Not one of them ended it through public accountability. It was not a journalist who exposed this either. In May 1975, before I was born, the Secretary of Defense quietly shut the whole thing down himself before Congress even knew it existed. Congress only found out the true scale of this months later, and only because of one investigation, the Church Committee. That investigation was led by a senator named Frank Church, and what his committee uncovered was so alarming that on the 17th of August 1975, 51 years ago to the day I'm telling you this, he went on live television and said something that should stop you cold. If this government ever became a tyranny, the technological capacity that the intelligence community has given the government could enable it to impose total tyranny. And there will be no way to fight back, because the most careful effort to combine together in resistance to the government, no matter how privately it was done, is within the reach of the government to know. Such is the capacity of this technology. He was talking about telegrams in 1975. So why does it matter today? Congress was shaken enough by Shamrock that in 1975 they passed the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, specifically to make sure this could never happen again without oversight. No more secret arrangements with private companies, no more mass collection with no warrant and no accountability. That was the promise. And if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you already know how many times that exact promise has been tested, stretched, and quietly reinterpreted since. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. In 1975, that tool was a telegram wire, and it took 30 years and a Senate committee to expose it. Today, there is software that can get into your phone with 0 clicks. You don't tap anything. You don't download anything. It simply arrives, and once it's in, it can read your messages, it can see your photos, it can turn on your microphone, and it can track exactly where you are, all without you ever knowing, and without a warrant. It's already been confirmed, used against journalists, lawyers, and even a sitting member of the European Parliament. 50 years apart, same instinct to watch without asking, just a far better tool for doing it. Imagine actually trusting what you read again, because everything online is AI generated, copy and pasted, and built to sell you something. And here is what nobody tells you. The people making it have never done it themselves. That is what this channel is all about. AI surveillance, big tech, and what it means for your privacy, your job, your future, plus staying sharp in body and mind while it all changes. And I will be honest, I'm feeling it too. That is exactly why I worked with Stephen J. Manning to create Monday Influencer. Monday Influencer is real education from real experts, expert audio, a weekly digest, and a mentor bot. So you can trust what you learn again. Want more? Get the real story. Subscribe to Monday Influencer. The link is in the description. Thank you.